This video is brought to you by True Tales of Buried Treasure, the largest collection of old treasure magazines in the West. On our website, you can search for individual treasure stories by region or by our original magazines themselves. To pay us a visit, please click on the link in the description. Enjoy.
In the untamed wilderness, just a stone's throw away from the tranquil town of Bailey, lies a secret worth its weight in gold. Whispers of an outlaw's buried treasure echo through the canyons, a tale of stolen loot and bloodshed. Unbeknownst to its unsuspecting locals, a mere 10 miles north of Bailey's borders, a fortune of $70,000 in precious gold and currency remained concealed from the world. Deep within the rugged expanse of the mountainous wilderness, the infamous outlaw John Reynolds had clandestinely buried his ill-gotten loot in a diminutive cave during the fateful year of 1864. It was the year 1864 when the nefarious John Reynolds, alongside his brother James, sought refuge in the rugged mountains of Colorado. Having left a trail of chaos in their wake across the Lone Star State, the brothers found themselves in the company of Jack Stowe, a fellow desperado. Together, they hatched a plan to seize the Fairplay to Denver stagecoach, rumored to carry a fortune in gold and currency. Their chosen battleground, Kenosha Pass, a treacherous stretch between Fairplay and Denver. It was a scorching summer's day, the air thick with humidity, as the stagecoach thundered its way through Kenosha Pass on that fateful July 17, 1864. The tranquility of the wilderness was shattered by the crack of a gunshot, piercing the silence. Emerging from behind a rugged boulder, James Reynolds emerged, his rifle still smoking, aimed squarely at the stagecoach driver. The driver, a seasoned veteran of the wild frontier, swiftly assessed the perilous situation. A menacing array of 4 more rifles were trained on him, leaving him with no choice but to bring the horses to an abrupt halt. With a commanding voice, James Reynolds ordered the driver and the shotgun rider to relinquish their weapons, followed by the surrender of the strongbox. Inside the coach, 3 helpless passengers were coerced out by the menacing figure of John Reynolds, his gun poised unwaveringly. Meanwhile, the cunning outlaw Jack Stowe and his 2 accomplices relieved the passengers of their cash, jewelry, and any other valuables in their possession. The audacious gang wasted no time in prying open the sturdy strongbox, carefully transferring its precious contents into the saddlebags of the Reynolds brothers. The spoils of their daring escapade amounted to a staggering $40,000 in currency, along with an additional $30,000 worth of gleaming gold dust, a testament to the lawless exploits of these notorious outlaws, forever etched in the annals of the untamed West. The outlaws quickly rode off in a northeasterly direction until they came to Deer Creek. Following the stream to the base of Mount Logan, they made camp for the night, intending to divide the loot the following morning. They did not suspect that a large posse was closing in on them at that very moment. When David Cook, the persistent chief of government detectives in Denver, Colorado, heard of the robbery, he immediately formed a posse to hunt down the Reynolds gang. They quickly closed in on the outlaws and opened fire on their camp. The 2 unidentified thieves were killed in the first volley. John Reynolds and Jack Stowe hurriedly grabbed the saddlebags with the and headed toward the summit Mint Logan. James Reynolds leaped on his horse in the confusion and headed south. The posse was in close pursuit and eventually overtook him. The outlaw surrendered without a fight. Tried in Denver, James was sentenced to life imprisonment at Leavenworth, Kansas, for highway robbery. Vigilantes were not satisfied with the verdict, however. They stopped the stagecoach carrying James Reynolds to Leavenworth, overpowered the guards, and executed the outlaw on the spot. The night of James's capture, John Reynolds and Jack Stowe made it as far as the north side of Mint Logan. Here they discovered a small cave opening. Reynolds, fearing that the posse was in close pursuit, squeezed through the opening. Stowe handed him the saddlebags containing $70,000 in cash and gold dust. Once inside, Reynolds used his hunting knife to dig a hole deep enough to bury the loot. Stowe marked the spot by driving his knife deep into a nearby tree. The knife butt pointed directly toward the mouth of the cave. With haste, they concealed the entrance, adorning it with substantial stones, and vanished into the night, leaving their secret buried within the heart of the wilderness. In the untamed wilderness, Stowe and Reynolds ventured forth, their eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of the relentless posse. Days turned into nights as they pressed on, their trail winding through treacherous terrain. Eventually, they stumbled upon a humble homestead, a flicker of hope in their weary hearts. Believing the pursuers had been left behind, the outlaws stormed into the homestead, their guns gleaming in the sunlight. With a mixture of fear and desperation, they looted the scant supplies and seized 2 fresh steeds. But fate had a cruel twist in store. As they retraced their steps to reclaim their ill-gotten gains, a band of 16 determined men from the Cook posse, having broken away from the main group, stood in their path. A hail of bullets erupted, the air thick with the scent of gunpowder and the taste of bloodlust. Through sheer grit and cunning, the outlaws managed to slip away, but amidst the chaos, the coveted $70,000 cash remained elusive, mocking them from the shadows. Time passed, and whispers circulated of their whereabouts. In the waning days of December 1864, the winds carried tales of Stowe meeting his demise in a fiery gunfight in the streets of Santa Fe, New Mexico. 8 years later, a figure emerged from the shadows of Dodge City, Kansas. John Reynolds, a survivor seeking solace in the embrace of a new companion, Albert Brown. In the depths of a raucous night, fueled by spirits and camaraderie, Reynolds revealed a long-held secret to his confidant. The hidden treasure, nestled near the towering presence of Mint Logan in the unforgiving lands of Colorado, beckoned them with its promise of untold wealth. Determined to seize their chance at redemption, the 2 men embarked on a perilous journey, their path marked by the plunder of a humble ranch, acquiring fresh horses to aid their cause. Little did they know that this fateful act would become John Reynolds' undoing. As they rode forth, a blast from a shotgun pierced the air, finding its mark in Reynolds' chest, leaving him wounded and vulnerable. Thus, the tale of the Reynolds brothers and their enigmatic accomplice, Jack Stowe, weaved its way through the annals of the American West, forever entwined with the rugged landscapes and lingering whispers of hidden treasures. Brown managed to guide his partner, Reynolds, to an abandoned dugout, but the grim truth was evident. Reynolds was fading fast. With his last breaths, he summoned the strength to reveal the whereabouts of his hidden cache. Wheezing, he provided precise instructions, his words laden with the weight of his legacy. "Head upstream along Deer Creek until you reach Geneva Gulch," he rasped. "At the head of the gulch, take a sharp right, leading you to the southwest base of mighty Mint Logan. From there, cross over the summit, moving from southwest to northeast. Afterward, journey north for about 2 miles and keep your eyes peeled for a knife firmly lodged within a tree's trunk." Reynolds paused, catching his breath before continuing. "The knife's butt points the way to the cave's hidden entrance, concealed beneath a heap of rocks. It's all yours, partner, if you can uncover it." The silence that followed was punctuated only by the stillness of death, as Reynolds passed into the annals of history, leaving Brown with the weighty burden of discovery and a chance at untold riches. Brown wasted no time in embarking on a daring quest to seek out the legendary fortune. With resolute determination, he traced the course of Deer Creek, venturing upstream until he arrived at the forlorn expanse of Geneva Gulch. Alas, when he came to Geneva Gulch, only to discover that a huge forest fire had completely devastated the entire area years before. Months of tireless exploration yielded no fruitful results, and a disheartened Brown was compelled to return to the bustling streets of Dodge City. Tragically, his fate mirrored that of his fallen comrade, as destiny drew him into a fateful confrontation, culminating in a violent gunfight within the confines of a raucous bar. Throughout the years, Mint Logan, quietly serene in the Rocky Mountain wilderness, has cast its shadow on the secret of the Reynolds gang's lost cache. It is presumably still there, waiting to be found. Perhaps a portion of the loot has already been discovered. Veiled in mystery, it patiently awaits discovery, steadfast and unyielding.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read the original article or purchase the magazine from which it was taken, please check out our website, truetalesofburiedtreasure.com.